trekking, and today I want to go over our gear list for the European Alps Matterhorn to the Mont Blanc Adventure. So whenever I pack for a trip anywhere around the world, I try to first think about the weather climate that I'm going to be dealing with while I'm away. I want to prepare myself to pack for everything I need. I don't need multiple items of the same thing, and I try to keep it light. It's really important to travel light, especially on a trip like this, because we spend 2 nights at hotels each night that we stay, and then you move to a new hotel for 2 nights. And as you travel, the more often that you travel, you realize that lugging around a lot of things that you don't need or you don't use is never any fun. And it is important to have all of the things you do need in case we have foul weather. You can be prepared and you can be comfortable and you can still do your adventure. So first I want to show you what we would use to pack our gear in. For Matterhorn to the Mont Blanc trip in the Alps, we would use a rolling suitcase. They make rolling duffel bags too. I see a lot of people use them. They work very well. Everything that you need for this trip should fit in one large size rolling duffel bag or rolling suitcase. And that way, when you go to a new hotel, it's easy to take your bag up to your room. You are totally self-contained. You can have your day pack on and your suitcase, and away you go. When we go to the train station or when we move, it's a lot more convenient. So if you have multiple pieces, it's just a lot more work for you as you go. Should be able to fit everything in there. Along with the rolling suitcase, you'll see that I pack my gear a lot of times in these smaller colored ditty bags or little zip pouches. And they're all different colors. And that way I know what goes in each one, and I kind of have my stuff organized. It makes it a lot easier to pack. It makes it easier to find what I'm looking for. And it's just easier in general as we travel. The second piece of luggage or gear that you're going to need, super important, is a good day pack. I like this Gregory brand. There's lots of brands on the market right now. One of the features I do like about this pack is it comes with its own rain cover. So I know it's going to fit it properly because it's made by the company that sells the pack. It's right in a convenient place that I can get to, and it lives right with the pack all the time. It also has these hip pouches, and these little zipper hip pouches, I keep hand sanitizer on one side, and this side I've got a little bit of sunblock and probably a lip screen kind of thing, face screen, and I can just zipper those away, and it's super convenient and comfortable. This one's 18 liters. That's like a perfect size. What do you need to put in your day pack? Water that we can refill along the way on this trip. You're going to want to, on some days, pack snacks, of course, and then some days we'll also pack a picnic lunch, like a sandwich in here, and then maybe an additional layer, or maybe we start out with layers on and we want to take them off and put them in here. It's convenient to carry my phone. It's got a little pouch up top here for some smaller items, your room key or other things like that you're going to want during the day. So you have your rolling suitcase and you have your day pack, and then you just need all of the items that you're going to want to have. Again, we're hiking every single day. We're exploring villages. We're in alpine environments where hiking attire is very appropriate wherever we go, whether it's a mountain lodge on the up on the mountain to have lunch at, or down around the village when we're exploring after our hiking day. Totally appropriate. So when I look at the way that I would want to prepare, I want to think about the multi-layer system. I want to be able to start with a t-shirt type layer and work my way out. So I keep all of my shirts in my orange zipper pouch here. And I have few of these poly type wicking t-shirts, and they're different colors. And I wear one of those on the base pretty much every day. On a double day at a hotel, a lot of times I'll wash one in the sink and then dry it out while I'm hiking the next day, and then it's good to wear again. So you don't need to have 8 or 9 of them. We do 7 hikes. You could get away with 3, maybe 4, and than wash one in the sink as we're at a hotel. Just a little tip. Then I go with a little bit lighter. It's almost as light as the t-shirt. It's a zip style tee, but it has long sleeves, so it covers my arms. If I wanted to wear the t-shirt with this over top, I could do that to add a little bit of warmth, kind of thing. And then I have even a little bit warmer full length zip tee shirt. So now I have those 4 layers. They're all in my one zip pack, and I can layer out, or I can shed layers during the day if I get warm, which helps keep it really comfortable. So another thing on the top, as far as your top goes, a light insulated jacket. This is kind of a hybrid by North Face. It has really light arms, and then on my torso, a insulated section. I know a lot of people do wear, and we also use these vests that are very appropriate. That's a really good layer to wear on a top on a cooler morning, or maybe we go up a gondola or a tramway and get really high up, and it's cooler up there. And then on the top, on the exterior, you have your shell layer. So this is just a Gore-Tex shell jacket. This one's North Face. My stuff's generally North Face. And I can layer from my poly tee to a long sleeve, or a little bit heavier long sleeve to the insulated to that shell layer if I really need to. We got to keep in mind that we run our trips in the Alps late June, July, August, and into the first week of September. It's usually very warm, but we do some lift assist that takes us up higher in the mountains. And I just did this trip 4 times this summer into the first week of September. And there are times when we might have foul weather for a few days, or a little cold front that comes through and cools things off a little bit, and it rains a little bit. And we want to get outside and explore and hike every single day. And if we're prepared, it's not a problem. Another good thing to have is a rain poncho. A rain poncho, for a small amount, always a good investment as for adventure travel. A rain poncho just goes over everything that you're wearing, including your day pack, and keeps you dry. I'll say drier. If it rains very hard for an extended period of time, your Gore-Tex jacket, one, might be too warm to wear, and your pants to wear, because when you put that on, it really holds in the heat. Or it rains so hard that you're going to need to, ventilate a little bit more. So a poncho is a really useful item to have. As far as on the bottom goes, if I start from my blue pouch, which has all my pants in it, I'm going to have a lot of the times I'll be hiking in shorts, so just some hiking shorts over in the European Alps. In the summertime, it's really convenient to hike in shorts. I personally oftentimes wear a 3/4 length short, so it's just a little bit longer, goes down to just below my knees, but it helps my lower legs ventilate. And then a pair of trekking pants, just a regular pair of hiking pants. They can be any color. And one of the things that people oftentimes ask me about is wearing shorts in the summertime. It's great to wear shorts and hike in shorts. I know people really enjoy hiking in shorts, and we are in summertime in the European Alps. And a good way to make sure that you're going to be secure is by having a good pair of shell pants. So if I'm wearing a pair of shorts out for the day and the weather changes in the afternoon, or the temperatures are cooler at the top of the lift, or the wind picks up or something like that, I can always throw on my shell pants over my shorts and protect myself from the elements. And of course, if we have a full-on rainy day where there's a little cooler temperatures, maybe we wear the shell pants and our shell jacket and go outside and play all day. So really important. We only need a couple of warmer layers. So again, another little pack that I keep my warm extremity layers in, which would be like a light pair of gloves. A very light pair of fleece gloves is fine. I do like to wear a neck buff. This can go over my face, cover my ears. A lot of times I wear it even on sunny days to protect my neck from the sun. and then just a really small like beanie hat. And that combined with the hood on your jacket should be very comfortable in any situation that we're going to encounter in the Alps. As far as our everyday wear, and hopefully the weather is beautiful, we're always going to want to have a sun hat. I prefer a baseball cap myself, and then a pair of sunglasses. You can see I have my sunglasses in a cheap little case there that protects them so they don't get damaged while I'm traveling. And this pair does have a good seal around my eye sockets and even on the sides. Not totally necessary. You don't need to go out and invest in glacier glasses, which this kind of is. But just having a good pair of glasses that fit your eye sockets well and protect your eyes from the sun, any kind of wind and dust that could be in the air, and that kind of thing. So moving on down the list, socks are really important. I keep all my socks in a ventilated pouch like this. I bring 9 pair of socks. We do 7 hikes, and then I have one for the arrival and one for the departure day. I do like to change my socks every day, and I've got a pair of socks for every day of the trip. Another bag that's just full of underwear and t-shirts kind of thing, like regular underwear style t-shirts. And then we look at our shoes. So to travel over to Europe on the flight, I usually wear a comfortable pair of sneakers. And this is really comfortable to get on and off in the plane if I choose to take them off. But it's also comfortable in the airports where you have to walk a long way. And then I wear them to dinner at night or around the village after my hikes when my hiking shoes are airing out. So I usually always pack all of my shoes in a simple bag like this. A shopping bag works just perfectly fine, like a disposable shopping bag. And then I use a pair of low top hiking shoes. It's important that it's a hiking shoe. It's not a trail runner. This is a hiking shoe. It's got a good sole on the bottom. La Sportiva is the brand that I prefer myself. They've got good support on the edges of my foot. And when I'm going downhill in the front, it holds my foot really nice in the bed of the shoe. If you do have ankle issues, it's perfectly fine or not to wear a high top hiking boot. I would think a multi-panel, a little bit lighter high top boot would be appropriate. But if you have a leather pair of hiking boots, we are hiking on trails every single day, and that would be perfectly fine. I put them in this bag before I put them in my bag because, of course, a lot of times they may be dirty or muddy or something like that. And it protects my other items in my suitcase. If you like to, pair of flip-flops is fine to wear. I'm not a real big wear flip-flops around town kind of guy, but they are for some people, or maybe you go down to the spa in the hotel or go to the pool at the hotel or just want to wear them down in the morning to breakfast and that kind of thing. So flip-flops can be really useful as you go. Along with our important part of our kit when we're hiking on the mountain, I think trekking poles are super useful on these multi-day hiking trips. And I always talk to the group about making sure that they pace themselves out. We do on this trip 7 hikes day after day. It's moderately rated. We stay in hotels each night, but we do great hikes each day. Moderate rating means that if somebody needed to take a day off, they could. But if we pace ourselves out and we use our trekking poles, it not only helps you ascend and when we're climbing up, it helps your arms get into the action as opposed to just your legs and lower back. Now you're using some of your upper body, but it also helps a lot on the downhills. It gives you that other reach and point of contact on the trail when we're coming downhill. So that's really nice. I use a trekking pole that has a flip lock. The flip lock is super convenient. I am absolutely not a fan of the kind that you twist. Cheaper trekking poles oftentimes are just really difficult to adjust. But they do make cheaper versions with a flip lock. So if it has a flip lock like that, where you can flip it open and adjust the pole, One of the things about trekking poles, when I show you how to use them or your guide shows you how to use them, you do want to adjust them a little bit for different terrain. We're going to make them shorter on the ascent, a little longer on the descent, and neutral height on flatter terrain. So I am a big fan of trekking poles. I think they help out a lot. In your pack, some other miscellaneous items, Nalgene style water bottle. I like a wide mouth water bottle. I'm not a big fan of the hydration systems. On this one, it's perfectly fine if you'd like to. I do notice they leak a lot over different times for people, and we always take time to take breaks and stop and make sure that everybody's hydrating well. There's a lot of places that we can fill water up in the Alps, all the fountains in town, all of the fountains that are up on the mountains and stuff like that. If they are mountain fountain style in any of those villages, it's perfectly fine to drink that water. So I only bring one of those. And then a couple miscellaneous items on the list. You have your toiletries, your toothbrush and shaving kit, whatever you might have in your toiletries. Not a bad idea to have a little item of some personal medication, some ibuprofen. Some people on a trip like this might want Dramamine because we ride in vans and there's a lot of windy roads, right? Or other little things that you like to bring. If you have any prescription medications, then of course it's always a good idea to travel with those on the flight in your carry-on bag, so we don't have to replace them. But the European Alps, in every village we stay, there's a pharmacy. So if you need something random, it's usually not very difficult to find it there. Dress clothes. So people often ask like how we're going to be dressed at dinner. It's pretty casual. Again, we are on an adventure and we're in mountain villages where they're very used to people that are mountain type people out on trips that are hiking and exploring during the day. I usually, wear those lighter versions of shoes, what I traveled over in, pair of slacks, like a pair of pants. Some nights I'll wear a pair of jeans to dinner. And then just for a guy, just like a button-up style shirt. Few of these is just really comfortable at dinner and very appropriate. We go to very nice restaurants, but of course there are mountain villages like Chamonix, France, or Zermatt, Switzerland, or Courmayeur, Italy. So it's not a problem at all. Some other miscellaneous things, a swimsuit's not a bad idea. They do have spas in the hotels. A spa in Europe is often like a hot tub and a steam room situation. We also stay at a place that has a beautiful pool, and in the summer it can be very nice after a long day of hiking to go hit the pool as we go. And then other than that, a couple other real miscellaneous items. I use a little kit that has all my travel documents in it, my passport and a pen and some paperwork that I might want for my trip. I usually do pack up a small first aid kit. Of course, as a guide, I have much larger first aid kit. But, at the most, I see people need a Band-Aid or a blister oval or something like that. We're going to give you a snack bag. This is just one of our drawstring snack bags that you can put some trail snacks in every day as we go. And we provide snacks on the trip. And then last but not least, charging cords. I think really good to have charging cords. I do know that on Amazon, a couple items that I really like is this 6-foot cord, which is a USB, and it has 4 different connections on it. So it has 2 iPhone charging cords, the other style, and then like a USB-C in case you have an iPad or something like that. So that's super convenient to carry. And then, of course, an all-in-one travel adapter. Again, super convenient to have. It does take a regular outlet. It does take the European style or any style around the world. So this is good for anywhere we go. And it does have 2 USB ports. And I do notice that most people use their phone as their camera on the trip. If you need some other cords for some other type of camera that you're bringing, that's perfectly fine. I think the phones these days have excellent cameras, an excellent way to connect with family and friends while you're abroad, social media or otherwise. and easy to charge and easy to carry and easy to take a lot of great photos in the beautiful places where we are. So I think that goes over all of the essentials that we need on our European Alps Matterhorn to the Mont Blanc adventure. If you have any questions, always feel free to contact us in the office. We're happy to help, or get on the phone with you and help you make some decisions when you're purchasing your gear or packing your bags. And we look forward to seeing you in the European Alps next summer, or the summer's coming up, on our Matterhorn to the Mont Blanc adventure. Thanks again, and have a great day.